Good morning and welcome back to the Michigan Conservative Roundtable. My name is Mac and this is the Mac in the Morning Show. We do these videos briefly as possible during the weekday, and then we have longer videos in the evenings. So today's topic is going to be about the lockdown here in Michigan. This past Friday, the Supreme Court of Michigan ruled that our dictatorial governor, her executive orders after April 30th were null and void. It's been said by many for a long time that they were unconstitutional. She took advantage of a poor legislation here in Michigan that seemed contradictory. We had a law that gave the governor vast powers in 1945, but then took those powers or limited them in 1976. Well, they left both statutes in the law. So when it went to the court first, she threw it to one of her favorite judges, and of course it was upheld. And for the last several months, we've been under a pretty staunch lockdown, is what I'd call it. But as I said, as of Friday, that was struck down. So immediately her response is, well, they still count for another 21 days because she had extended them all the way to October 28th. Well, the court says, no. In typical Democrat fashion, she says, well, I'll use other methods. So Saturday, Oakland County, Michigan, decides the health department is going to make the mandate. Well, that doesn't fly either. So yesterday I went out and I put it to the test. I went to about 5 stores. I went to a Harbor Freight. I went to a Walmart, which is where I expected a problem. I went to Big Lot. I went to a Tractor Supply. And I went to one other store. It slips my mind. But at any rate, every store I went to still had the signage. It's the law. Do your part. You must wear a mask. No mask, no service, so on and so forth. So what happened was I went into each store, not wearing a mask, and I made a point of talking to an employee at each store. In fact, several of the stores I was greeted by an employee. They said nothing. I did get one comment, and that was at Walmart. Surprise, surprise. Some leftover hippie from the 60s, as I walked by, I heard, really? So I kind of looked back at him like, what's your problem, man? And nothing. He didn't say anything. He just kept walking with his mask on. I saw people in the parking lot in their cars driving away with mask on. And this is the disturbing part of all of what I saw yesterday, and that was so many people. I'd say 99% of the people I saw in the stores, in the 5 stores I went to, were wearing masks. They're buying into this nonsense that they do anything. They're buying into the nonsense that it's the law. It was never the law. Executive orders are not laws. Laws are passed through the legislature, which, by the way, she just cut out and continues to try to cut out. She feels as though she's the only authority and the final authority. So a message to you, Mrs. Whitmer, you're not the boss of us. We're going to do what we want. We're going to stay safe as we please. And as we like to say on the Michigan Conservative Roundtable, be safe, watch your 6, and don't tread on me. You have a good one. We'll be back with the Supreme Court tomorrow. Thank you.